door. Big Game James, baby. He's not gonna bite his tongue. Why would he gonna bite his tongue? He don't need to bite his tongue. Telling these dudes exactly what they need to hear, when they need to hear it, and how they should be hearing it. They don't call him Big Game James for no reason. They don't say, oh, that's Big Game James just cuz. They know why that's Big Game James. Oh, yeah. Oh, it only grows from there. It only gets worse. Now, for some reason, they did not send out notifications. We've been battling a whole bunch of things. As you can see, there's other flaws going on here. It's been utterly ridiculous what's been happening with YouTube in the last couple of days on our channel. But as far as notifications and everything else, but here we are, and let's get to it. Now, well, people got their own ideals on what they believe. But you look at Big Game James, right? Let's look at Big Game James and what he brought to the table. You're talking about a sportscaster, a commentator, a television host now, but he's one of the best to ever do it. He's in the top 75, and definitely to me, he's a better player than LeBron James. Now, let's get into the gist of everything. A lot of people are taking notice about what Big Game James had to say, but all he said and stated was the facts. In his estimation, in his view, and everything that basically connects to him, all he's saying is today's NBA players, they prepare for the game, and their preparation is basically horrible. Their preparation is shooting threes, lifting weights, shooting threes, getting tattoos. And this is what I have to tell. I was like glad someone said it. This is one of those positions where I'm just glad someone said it. They practice threes, lift weights, tweet, and go on social media. That's it. That's their preparation for the game. And that's why they suck. The majority of these players wouldn't be able to compete. Yeah, he's like a 2-on-1 fast break results into a corner three instead of a layup. He's like, that's the problem with today's game. He said, and Kevin Durant had to come in and chime in because everybody wants to chime in. My mind is sharp. Well, he said, my Mindy is sharp, but James is right. This ain't the old days. And he's laughing. Well, what Worthy was saying, he said he had 4 years with John Wooden. Kareem had 4 years under John Wooden. He said Michael Jordan had 3 years under Dean Smith. Isaiah Thomas had about 2 years with Bobby Knight. So, they've learned some of the fundamentals. Not only that, you learn how to live. You learn how to balance your checkbook in college. There's a lot of things when you don't get that, guys are coming into the NBA who are not fundamentally sound. And there's a lot of guys like that. The AAAU, or they call it the AAU. That program is hurt. There are a lot of programs out there that are ailing right now. And a lot of people don't understand it and they don't know why. But the programs are hurting. Well, with the programs hurting, then you're hurting a lot of the actual basis of what's going on here. You're hurting the actual performances. You're hurting the actual growth and actually nurturing of the situations. Like the players will never develop, or they might, it just take them longer to develop. So media began to attack James Worthy and start throwing up claims about him and Magic Johnson performing orgies or trains on women during the halftime of a game, which never happened. Now, after a game, that's different. But before a game, nah. Well, you got to think of it the way it presents itself. None of it makes sense. So if it doesn't make sense, then why proceed with it? So I just wanted to address it because it's a true statement in my way of looking at it. I'm like, not the James Worthy thing, but what he was actually stating about the players today. The game has not gotten better. They talk about Steph Curry. Look how many years Steph Curry was at Davidson. Look at 4-year players and 3-year players compared to 2-year players and 1-year players. Or straight out of high school. Mm. Well, yeah, it drives you crazy when you like basketball and you're watching guys dribble down, they stop, and they pull up for a wild three. And you go to yourself, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. A 3-on-1 fast break leads to a 3-point shot instead of a layup. So many teams are sitting at home outside of the playoffs because they shot too many damn 3-point shots. The Minnesota Timberwolves are an example of that. They would have beaten the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round, or in the second round, had they only, or was it the first round? I believe it was the first round. The play-in got me all messed up. But yeah, the first round, they would have done that had they done one specific thing. Go to the basket, score, and look to score 2-point baskets instead of trying to go for threes. Anthony Edwards and the Cat cost them that series. Leading the game, taking ill-advised dumb shot after dumb shot. So, James Worthy was on the money. These guys have played the game. See, it's a difference when I said that somebody who played the game say the same damn thing. Now, you can't deny it. So, of course, NBA pundits and writers, they got to talk about James Worthy and what he did and try to destroy his character. Talk about him buying prostitutes and all this. All to try to delude what James was. As a player, as a person, as everything. That just shows you, once again, just what he said. Prove his points. All y'all do is lift weights, shoot threes, get tattoos, and go on social media. Where y'all attacking James from? Social media. Proving his point exactly. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. What are some of the exceptions to the rule? One of the exceptions to the rule is One of the exceptions to the. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, I see y'all got bikes. My neighbor's kids. Now, okay. Bills. Now, Kawhi Leonard has normally been an exception to that rule. And because that person has been an exception to the rule, bending it or altering it had been a known requirement for years. But Kawhi don't shortcut the game. He trains, he goes out, he does everything that he needs or you would require or ask a person in his position to do. He delivers. Now, granted, most of you don't. Now, I've never had a problem with expressing exactly what needs to be said in a situation. We didn't bite our tongue. We tell you what the difference between the 80s, 90s, and 2000s to now. Even in the 2000s, they weren't shooting threes like this. This is the 2010 era into now, where the three-point shot, because this has only really been a 6-year thing. For the past 6 years, this has been going on, where the three-point shot has been the weapon of choice. The Steph Curry changed the game. To where a coach would throw you out of the game if you would pull you out if you took a shot from half court or that far deep. A coach would snatch you out of the game and ask you what's wrong with you. And the only time you took shots like that if the clock was low. Oh, you just don't know what to say, do you, Harris? But yes, all of this dictates from people doing what they normally do as far as sabotaging people's words, agendas, everything. So the basketball perspectives and all the narratives have always been the case. Yeah, but see, the NBA promotes that stuff. They want to try to put James in his place and shame him, but it validates what he was saying. That's the media's PR team going to work. That's the that's the league's PR team to try to put him in his place. So don't you speak about the NBA players. We're gonna dig up your past. That's what that's about. I don't have any problems with anything that he said. I'm 100% standing behind James Worthy. What Steph was doing, hitting those shots with consistency. The NBA had never seen anything like that. So how do you yell at somebody who's doing those type of things consistently? Like I said, we knew about Darvin Ham about 3, 4 weeks ago. Darvin Ham used to be a Detroit Piston. He's gonna be a part of helping out the Saginaw stem and part of the extension of having the Saginaw stem go towards Los Angeles. We're looking to build and grow and go in that direction. So, well, you heard Dante tell you here live during the chat. Darvin Ham is definitely one of the real ones. We know him. I know his people and everything. He's a damn good person, very well respected in the NBA. Um, so anybody's like, who's gonna listen to Darvin Ham? Oh, you better listen to Darvin Ham. If LeBron think he finna go in there and be telling Darvin Ham what to do, ain't gonna happen. Now I'm gonna see him try to improve this defense. Then you have to look at the fact he don't have any people in place. But we'll talk about that a little later. But I'm gonna get out of here for now, and we'll talk about all of these other things at a later date. I see a lot of you guys didn't hit the like button or super chat, so I can't give you all my time. So I'm gonna get out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease.